You know that feeling in a negotiation where you just know you're not getting the whole story? Well, in this quick explainer from MEE Consulting, we're going to break down a super powerful but really simple technique to fix that. Let's get right into it.
So let me ask you something. Do you ever wish you could figure out what your clients are actually thinking? You know, their real concerns without having to ask a million questions? Yeah, of course you do. We all do.
Well, today we are going to borrow a little secret from the world of expert negotiators. It's a tool that helps you get more information, build up trust, and just create a much better vibe in any conversation. It's a simple little thing called mirroring.
So first things first, what exactly is mirroring? Let's break down what we're talking about here.
Okay, at its core, mirroring is just repeating the last few keywords that someone has just said to you. The goal here isn't to just copy them, it's to tap into a really basic human need. We all want to feel heard and understood, right? And this simple little action does just that. It builds rapport and really opens up communication. The best way to think about it is this. You are literally becoming a verbal mirror. You're just reflecting their own words right back at them. And what that does is it encourages them to keep talking and explain what they're thinking in a lot more detail. Okay, so that's the what. It sounds pretty easy, right? But the how you do it? That's where the real magic happens. Let's look at the process. It's super simple. There are really only 3 steps. First, you have to actually listen. I mean, really listen to what they're saying. Second, you just pick out and repeat the last 1 to 3 important words they said. And third, and this is the absolute most important part, you pause. You just stay silent. That silence is so powerful because it basically invites them to fill the space and tell you more. Let's see how this works. Imagine your colleague says, "I had a really difficult day." Now, instead of jumping in with advice or your own stories, you just mirror back. "A difficult day?" And then you wait. That little prompt is usually all it takes for them to open up. Yes, the project is behind schedule and, see? You just got the real story using only 3 words.
So how can we use this in a professional setting, especially when we're talking about those tricky subjects, like the scope of work or project fees?
Okay, this is where mirroring becomes a total superpower. When a client says, "We're concerned the fees are too high," our first instinct is to defend the price, right? Well, instead, just mirror. The fees are too high, and then pause. If they say the timeline is very aggressive, you just say, "Very aggressive?" You're not agreeing, you're not disagreeing, you're simply inviting them to explain their thinking. And here's the crucial part. Mirroring helps you get all this critical information without making the other person feel defensive. Think about it. When you ask someone why, they can feel like they're being attacked. But when you mirror, they feel heard, and they're way more willing to share the real reasons behind their concerns. All right, let's wrap this up. What are the key things you should remember about this simple but powerful technique? The benefits are really clear and pretty powerful. Mirroring helps you build positive relationships because it proves you're listening. It lets you gather so much more information than just asking direct questions. It creates a calm, collaborative space, and at the end of the day, it builds a real sense of connection and trust with your clients and your colleagues. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Now that you have this tool, what kind of important information are you going to uncover in your next meeting?